Curious Bell here, and today I want to show you how to turn some cold water into hot water. Let's see what a project like this will take to get started. Hot water is very important in a grid down scenario simply because you can clean with it and it can keep your spirits up in ways like taking a shower or having hot coffee. So there's a few different ways that this could be done. I could simply put a radiator over a fire and let the fire heat the radiator up. I could use electricity to heat water, and I could just simply boil it over fire. Of course, this video is not going to be about how to boil your water. And electricity enough to heat up water in the volume that I'm wanting to do would be enough to kill you, so I'm not going to be doing that. That leaves us with the radiator method, which is the one I'm going to go forward with. Thankfully, my friend John just gave me a new window AC unit. I could get rid of my old decrepit one. Luckily, they have the perfect size radiator for this project. Note of caution though, if you're going to take the radiator out of an AC unit, just remember there's Freon in it, pressurized Freon. If you're not careful, it will blow up in your face. Luckily, when I realized this, I was wearing my safety glasses because it shot directly into my face. I wish I had a video of that, but instead you're going to have to watch me awkwardly reenacting how this might have looked. Ooh, cool. Okay, so as you can see behind me, I already have the fire built, and that noise over there is actually the ram pump running. I'll show you that in a second. I also have the tank filling up with water right now, which I'll use for pressure. That's being filled up by the ram pump. I guess I'll just go ahead and get started building this. First thing I needed was from that tank to this, I need to go to 1/2 inch from 2 inch. I also wanted a valve so I could turn off and on the flow, maybe adjust it at some level. And then I also need a check valve, so I'm going to be adding that onto here. If there's steam built up in the system, it's going to want to back up into the tank, and I don't want that. I want it to come out the end, not the beginning. And then when I go from here, I'm going to need this. This is a little piece that I can attach to my copper pipe. It'll screw into here just right. So now all I need is to connect the copper to this. This goes on the tank. Connect the copper to the radiator. Got some water coming out. Shut it off. Oh, getting some steam out already. Any water. Whoa. Nice. Whoa. Too much pressure. And that's why I have a check valve. Wow, it's hot. Ah! Thought I'd explain to you how this works. Basically, I have a pool of water up the creek, which then feeds into my ram pump. That ram pump uses the inertia of the water flow to then pump water up to this tank. Then the water's going to come down, go through the radiator coil, and come out as water or steam. Basically, there's a fire underneath. That flame hits the copper and aluminum radiator. The copper and aluminum radiator is very thermally conductive. It very easily changes the heat from the fire to the metal to the water. The smaller the pipes that are in the radiator, the quicker the water will be heated up. And that's because of the water volume to the surface area of the pipe ratio. Really, it all boils down to that. It's that easy. I just wanted to see if I could do it. I did have to buy a few parts like the copper pipe here.
and the valves and the check valve. Obviously the fittings to go from one to the next. Overall though, it wasn't that much. I think I spent $20. And now I can heat water. I can just simply do this. So this is actually too hot to drink at the moment. I can barely hold the cup. I'm gonna have to let that calm down. Pull it down some. Still steaming. Still pretty hot. Well, I'll be honest, this coffee sucks because it's instant coffee. And I'm a bit of a coffee snob, so I wouldn't even drink this actually now that I know it tastes bad. I always had some because I really like coffee. But now that I know how bad, I don't know, I might change my mind if I haven't had any coffee in a while. Tastes burnt. But this is going to be, bacteria-wise, very safe to drink out of. It's steam water. It's killed all the germs. Ah. I'm wondering if I could fill a tub with this water. Now that the fire's calmed down, this is kind of calmed down. Let's see how hot it is. Woo! It's still really hot. It must just be just below steam. In fact, I could probably slow down the water flow and it would turn back to steam. That's one of the things I wanted this valve for. Yep. Oh, this thing's almost full. I won't lie, my eyes really hurt from all the smoke. It's not practical. It's MacGyvering.
As you can tell, Curious Bell is not about the easy way to do things. It's about knowing if you can do it yourself, learning along the way, enjoying the fruits of your labor. If I had a sponsor like Skillshare, right now would be the time I would show them. But sadly, I don't get those kind of endorsements. But one day, they will come crawling to me, begging for my endorsement! A little too bit Mandark, maybe. I'm never gonna get a sponsor with that kind of attitude. But one thing sure would help is if you would like, share, and subscribe. And remember, stay curious.